Good afternoon, folks. Big Bo with RVs with Big Bo at Parkway RV Center. Starting out this Tuesday with a small, very small, kind of unique looking little travel trailer. This is a 2019 Sunlite by Sunset Park RV, a little small company that, up in Indiana. And this is a 16BH. Smallest camper I have in stock right now, weighs under 2,500 pounds, including the tongue. Only 16.5 feet long. So it got some really cool features and a kind of a unique floor plan for a small camper. And it definitely, I love the colors on it. Definitely got the retro colors on the outside. Power tongue jack on the front, deep cycle battery. Of course, I got it plugged into 30 amp power right now. This thing's got some cool things like a full-size 2-door refrigerator freezer and a full-size 13,500 BTU air. A full-size bathroom with a full-size for a 16-foot camper with a separate shower, and all that in a 16.5 foot long camper with a stationary queen bed. But it does have a rear door. Does have a power awning, so it's got a lot of neat features. I go wherever I'm towed. Got the solid steps, you don't have to worry about dragging your step. Neat little camper. Got the LED light strip and the power awning. Tires still got the tabs on them, so they've either been replaced or it just hasn't been towed. Outside speakers, got an inside Bluetooth stereo that you can play the music inside, outside, or both. And I love the colors in here, guys. Neat little camper for $16,900, and it does have a little fold-down bunk in it too. So, while it's primarily a couple's model, it can sleep, you know, maybe 1 or 2 extra people if you had to, like a kid or something. Remember, guys, this is only 16.5 feet long. Let's take a look inside. Of course, you know, the rear door kind of reminds you of a Chinook a little bit. But you step inside, a couple of features I want to point out. You know, most small campers like this just have the small 4 or 5 cubic foot 1-door refrigerator with a little freezer. This one's actually got a 2-door refrigerator freezer. Of course, it runs off propane or electric. And I'm 6'4". I can stand up in this little camper. And this is actually a lot of features in a camper for 2,480 pounds too. You do have a short camper queen with a 32-inch TV on a swivel mount. A little closet right there at the foot of the bed. Now up top, guys, those are false fronts. These are not storage compartments. This is a little shelf, or you can use it for a bunk, and it does work with the TV in it to sleep one other person or just to store some stuff up there when you're set up camping. And very lightweight, you can do it one-handed. So queen bed. You do have a booth that'll fold down and make a small bed. Got some overhead, those are actual real storage there. Greystone microwave. You've got a little 2-burner stovetop and a full-size sink in a 16.5 foot camper. So a lot of full-size features in a small space that you normally wouldn't get in a camper this small. Some storage down here. Left you some measuring cups. There's your Bluetooth stereo and speaker selection switch on top. All LED lights, so if you boondock, low power consumption. Big Dometic 13,500 BTU ducted roof air. That is very impressive how fast it'll cool this small area off. This camper is only 7.5 foot wide, so this is not a wide body or even a full width wide camper. But hey, you know, a lot of people want something like this. Simple and easy to use. I mean, and with fuel prices, this is something you can tow with a smaller vehicle. You know, you don't have to have a big V8 full-size pickup truck or a diesel to tow this little guy. You can tow this with a smaller SUV. You know, 2,480 pounds, add 300 or 400 pounds for stuff you're going to put in it. It's safe to say you should be under 3,000 pounds loaded. I mean, this is something you can tow with a Jeep Wrangler, Toyota 4Runner, maybe even smaller than that. So always check your vehicle's tow capacity, of course, before RV shopping. If you look below in the video description, I'll have a link to my little handy tow guide where you can actually look up how many pounds your vehicle can tow, and it'll show you every towable camper I have in stock you can tow with your vehicle as well. So really good resource to use. But of course you do have built-in insect control. It does have a 6-gallon gas electric water heater instead of just a manual light gas. And then your bathroom, little toilet, and you've got a separate shower. So it's not a wet bath, which honestly, big as I am, I would prefer a wet bath, but I know a lot of people don't. But you've got a decent sized shower for this smaller camper. Lightweight, very functional, no space is wasted, so definitely one that would make somebody a nice little camper. Whew. Put that air down a little bit. Actually, it's a little chilly in here. I got it on. It's like 88 degrees outside, so you know that's what I like about a small camper like this. It doesn't take it long at all to cool off. But neat little camper, guys. I love the colors. I love the functionality of it. This is very, you know, for a couple, or if you've got an occasional kid or grandkid, you still have a bed, but the bed is not really permanent. It's not really in your way. So, you know, if you're in the situation where most of the time it's just one or two of you, and then you just occasionally have guests, this is a good floor plan. You know, obviously a 16.5-foot camper, you're not going to put a family of 6 in here, but you know, you can sleep one extra person, or maybe even 2 if you had to. $16,900. Will of course check all the major systems for you at $16,900. We'll guarantee the refrigerator and freezer to get to operating temp. We guarantee the roof air to work at $16,900. We check the water systems, the step, water system, the awning works. I've already tried it, that's why I've got it deployed right now. We check the water heater and water pump for $16,900. Of course, everything else sold as is, but honestly, guys, everything else is fine on it. I mean, come look at it yourself. Be your own judge, of course. Do your own inspection or hire a third-party inspection service. You don't have to do either one of those, but I highly recommend you do one or both of those. Even though I don't think there'll be any issues with it, I don't know. So always, always, always do one or the other or both. Either come out, we'll plug it into power, it's right here, or I can easily plug it in. You can check it out yourself, or hire somebody to come and do it for a few $100s. That way you know before you get into it, because it's still a used RV, it's not perfect. The only thing I see wrong with it, it's got a little bit of, I don't know if they had a cat in here or something, but it's picked a little bit right here. Other than that, that's the only thing I really see. The rest of the upholstery looks great. $16,900 while it lasts. Give us a call if you're interested. 706-965-7929. If you're interested in it, call before coming to look. Make sure it's available. We have nationwide delivery for $1.50 a mile one way. And we have financing with approved credit and down payment. If you want to know the latest information about that, give one of my salespeople a call at 706-965-7929. Thank y'all so much for watching. Sorry I didn't get a video on yesterday. It was a crazy Monday. Short-handed yesterday, so I had to help out with some other things. I got a motorhome I'm going to film next, and may even try to do a third video today, a little van that just came in. I hadn't looked at it yet, but I got a Class B van and I'm really wanting to shoot, but I've got a Winnebago Sightseer I want to shoot next, a little 26P for under 45 grand with good miles, so stay tuned for that. A little road trek, I don't have all the info on it yet, so stay tuned, guys. Hit that subscribe button if you hadn't already. RV's the Big Bow. Of course, you know, you can hit that subscribe button, you can go through my archive. I've got literally thousands of videos. To me, it's interesting to go through them and see how prices and consumer demand have changed over the years. Because I don't hide nothing back, guys. I show prices. I point out flaws. I mean, these are used RVs, campers, motorhomes, fifth wheels, whatever you want, pop-ups, whatever you want to call them. So, you know, I point out the good and the bad. I keep things as straightforward as possible. You know, Parkway RV Center charges no fees besides applicable sales tax. There's no dock fees, prep fees, none of that stuff. There's no upsells. You know, and they always say no to upsells like extended warranties, gap insurance, tire and wheel packages, and all that stuff, because you can, most of the time that stuff is going to do everything they can to keep from paying a claim. And dealers make you feel like you have to buy it because they got it marked up 4 times dealer cost. So, you know, always say no to that. Keep your amount financed as low as possible and pay as much money down as you can. Keep your interest rate as low as possible. Payment will follow, guys. Payment on this little camper is not going to be much of nothing. Pretty much no matter how you can go to your local bank or credit union, which I recommend everybody do for just some kind of basis of comparison. You know, banks and credit unions are getting a lot more aggressive with RVs than they used to be. So they're really doing some long, a lot of, not all of them, but a lot of them are doing longer terms and things like that. Of course, now year model has a lot to do with, a lot of banks go by the 10-year rule or newer, where they won't finance anything over 10 years old, which I think is dumb. I think if somebody's got the credit history and the value is there, what's it matter what year it is? Obviously, they're going to pay it back. And if they're financing less than the value, the bank's not going to be hurt in it if they do repossess it. I don't understand that, but you know, I'm not a banker, guys. I don't loan money and they don't sell RVs, so I don't tell them how to do their business. They don't tell us how to do ours. But I never really understood that 10-year rule, but whatever. Anyway, guys, thank y'all so much for watching. Smash me a thumbs up if you enjoyed the video. Comment, share on social media. Stay tuned for some more, and look forward to seeing you here in beautiful Ringgold, Georgia.